Danielle, welcome back to my channel. So I just wanted to talk a little bit while I cut all these herbs. Got some dill here. Let's see if you can see it. Some organic dill. Hopefully you can see that. I got 3 of them. So I'm going to cut them all up. I got some organic cilantro. Can you see that? I hope so. Organic cilantro. I don't know if you can see that, but I got 2 of them. I already cut up 1. I have this whole plate of parsley, which is 2 things of parsley. Ooh, sorry. 2 things of parsley that I cut up, and that was the package on that. Josie's organic parsley. And I have 2 things of rosemary. I don't know if I'm going to cut all this on camera, but there's another one. But I figured, wow, I'm cutting up all this and plating it to dry, that I'd make a video. I did make a video when I first started this channel of me cutting up a lot of herbs and how I do it, but pretty much I just pick them off like this, or I'll use the knife and I will just cut the tops off like this, and then I go back in, and then if there's any stems I just pick them off. This is time consuming, I'm not gonna lie, but it's worth it. I mean, you can go through the drive-thru at McDonald's and it can be a lot faster and cheaper. However, you're going to pay for it in your body. So, what I wanted to talk about today was the way I started healing myself with Lyme disease was going on YouTube. And the first person I actually listened to was a doctor who had MS. I don't remember her name, something Walsh. And she was a doctor, and she got MS, and long story short, she ended up in a wheelchair. And because she was a doctor, she had, money, and she was buying, all the new medicine for MS and doing all the, MS treatments, up to date, and she was still declining. So she decided to take a holistic approach to healing herself on her own and go against all what the doctors were telling her to do. And what she knew for herself, from going to school to be a doctor. And she started to eat organic, and she started, I think she got off pharmaceuticals. I don't exactly remember all this. I watched it like 2 years ago. But the point is that she decided to do it naturally. And then she was out of her wheelchair, and she was doing triathlons. So I thought, if she could do it, I could do it. And that's what started me to naturally heal myself. So I wanted to let you guys know that my personal opinion, remember, I'm not a doctor. I'm sharing my experience, strength, and hope, and what has been working for me. So my opinion on MS and lupus and Crohn's disease and everything else like that, including ADHD, Alzheimer's, and any other autoimmune disease, that they say the same thing, okay? We don't know what it's caused from. There's no cure for it. You have to be on medicine forever, and the symptoms can vary from this, and not everyone's symptoms are the same. You guys, that sounds like Lyme disease, doesn't it? Like, it's just so ridiculous to me. Like, how can all these autoimmune diseases, right? Disease in your body have all the same symptoms or close to around the same symptoms, including Parkinson's, by the way. And we don't know where it comes from, and there's no cure, and you have to be on medicine the rest of your life. It's just it's too coincidental for me. Like, I butchered that word, but look, I connected the dots, and it all sounds like Lyme disease. I don't care what name the doctors want to throw at you and this and that, because we can't say it's all Lyme disease, right? Because the tests were made faulty, and if your test comes back negative, we have to call it something else, right? But we don't know how you got it. It's from the food. It's from the food, and the food causes cancer too, okay? Do you know that cancer doesn't even live outside the body? It doesn't. It doesn't. And people who get cancer and then have it removed and then get it again, it's because you're still eating the same foods that caused you to get the cancer in the first place. So what you guys should do is clean up your diet, which is what I'm constantly talking about. Eat organic, fresh herbs, parsley, cilantro, dill, rosemary. I mean, there's a bunch of them. You don't have to just use these. These are the only ones that my body personally can tolerate. But there's tons of fresh organic herbs. Tons. Okay? I understand that organic food is more expensive. Like, I get that. But it's worth your health, right? I went from almost being in a wheelchair, not being able to walk, and brain fog, severe pain, my fingers, my hands, like, were pretty much becoming useless. Like, I mean, it got to the point where I couldn't even hold anything. I couldn't do anything. And all I did was start stretching, start walking every day, and switched my food to organic, and then figured out by trial and error what I could eat and what I couldn't eat. No dairy, no sugar, no gluten, and nothing that's not natural and that's not organic. And that includes things that I put on my body. So I had to stop wearing makeup. I had to stop doing any thing that had fragrance in it, no lotion, shampoo and conditioner, like everything. Anything that has a fragrance, anything with the ingredient list that's this long that you have no idea what the hell it's saying, I had to stop. Like, I didn't want to do this. I didn't choose to do this. This chose me. And I used to cry, oh, I'm a victim of a biowarfare weapon, because that's what Lyme disease is. And then I had to change my mindset. I'm not a victim. I'm a survivor, and I will get over this. And I am. So you have to believe that you can heal yourself. You have to believe that it's possible. And you have to make the changes that your body is telling you to do. So if I know that, you know, eating regular meat from the store makes me sick and my joints flare up and, you know, I can't walk, I'm stuttering all of a sudden, I don't remember anything, then I shouldn't eat that because it's full of glue and red dye. And so who knows what else, you know, chemicals and antibiotics and pesticides. And look, what I'm saying is we really need to listen to our bodies. Your body should not be in pain if you didn't get in an accident or you didn't break anything. Like, our natural state of our body is not to be in pain. So what happens when I think that I want sugar or, you know, something like dairy or anything like that, I immediately feel it. Like, my joints immediately become very painful. I start to feel crawling in my eyelashes, under my skin, like bugs. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I understand how crazy this sounds. Like, trust me, I get it. Not fun. But when I was fine a second ago, and then I eat these things, and then it happens, I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. So what I'm asking for you guys to do, if this is happening to you, try to one day, just one day or a couple days, just try to go organic. Or just eliminate one thing. Like, try to eliminate sugar. You know, my cat. Or try to, like, you know, eliminate dairy. Just for a couple days and just see if you feel better. No matter what label they put on you. Lupus, MS, Parkinson's. Say your kid was diagnosed or you were diagnosed with ADHD. Try going organic. Try eliminating dairy, gluten, and sugar. Just try it for a couple days and just see if you feel better. And then notice when you go back to eat that thing, how you feel. I mean, instantly, my joints, my elbows, my wrist, my elbows, my wrist, my fingers will feel like they are breaking. I mean, like, excruciating pain. You know, instantly my hands will go cold, my feet will go cold. And that's what happens, especially when I'm making a video. But because that's 5G and that's a weapon, that's another video I made on that, dirty electricity. I suggest you watch it. So I'm just saying, guys, like, I'm only trying to help. This is my experience, strength, and hope. I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you what I've been doing for 2 years to heal myself from Lyme disease that the doctors lied to me about and said that I didn't have. If I don't have Lyme disease, then how come the people that do have Lyme disease with positive tests, I'm following some things that they have done. I have tons of Lyme disease books. I've researched this for over 2 years. Okay? I just started to do something about it 2 years ago because I couldn't walk anymore. And I'm like, well, the doctors aren't helping, so I'm going to take their advice and see what happens. Now, Not everybody with Lyme disease is the same. Not every case of MS and lupus are the same. Like, I understand that. But I guarantee that if you go all organic and you stop eating sugar, dairy, and gluten and anything that's artificial, no pumpkin flavor, this or that. And trust me, in the beginning, I was like, no, what do you mean no pumpkin iced coffee from Starbucks or Dunkin'? Like, no. Sorry. That's not going to work for me anymore. And if you have some of these symptoms that I talk about, maybe you should just try to eliminate some of that stuff. You know, like, I'm only trying to help. Again, I know this sounds crazy and people don't think about ADHD being included with the autoimmune disease and stuff, but just try switching your kid's diet, like just for a day or two, and see if their behavior is not better. Okay? And you know what causes ADHD and stuff like that? The crap that's in the food and vaccines. Don't get the flu shot, guys. Don't go get the freaking any vaccine. Any vaccine, especially nothing new. Yeah, right. I'm just saying, if your kid or you and you guys have behavioral problems, it's at least worth the try. Because all the pharmaceuticals that they pump at you really causes other problems, and then you go and tell them, and then they give you another pharmaceutical medication, and then that causes problems. They tell you to go get vitamins, which you buy at a store, and then that has shelf life, and then that's full of chemicals, sugar, like vitamin C. You can see some of the gummies loaded with sugar on it. How is that helping? Sugar causes problems like autoimmune disease and cancer. So those vitamins on the shelf are not helping. Food is look, our creator made our food with natural vitamins in them, okay? Like, the vitamins in the store have shelf life. What gives them shelf life? Chemicals. That's not what you want to take. Trust me, I used to take these vitamins until I realized they were making me physically sick. I'm only trying to help. And I thought I needed these vitamins, like chondroitin, glucosamine, and fish oil. Oh, it's good to this and this. And I'm not saying some aren't natural. You can find them natural, I'm sure. Not all of them, but if the expiration date is years and years and years, like, come on. There's something in that bottle. There's something in it that makes it have that shelf life, that it is not natural. So I personally get all my vitamins from food, from leafy greens, from red meat, from organ meat. That's what I do. You don't want to be pumping yourself with pharmaceuticals. You don't want to be pumping your kids with pharmaceuticals. And I personally do not think that antibiotics are the way to treat Lyme disease. I've never done it, but I know that people do, and then they're on it for years and years and years. Antibiotics, do you know what that does to your gut? Even if you take a probiotic with it, you're destroying your gut. Like, no, I wouldn't do that. And then you feel better, yes, like that's what I've heard, that you start to feel better, but the minute you try to get off the antibiotics, you're right back where you started. So who wants to live years and years and years on antibiotics, even IV antibiotics? Like, look, I'm sorry. I'm real passionate about this because I've come a long way and I did it myself, okay? The doctors get paid to treat you. So they're going to give you one thing and then you get a side effect and then they're going to give you another thing. They're getting paid for all that. They're getting paid to treat you. Do you think they get paid if you're healed? No, because then you stop going. I was going to the doctors like 2-3 times a week. Like, oh, it's in your head. You're insane. Like, blah, blah. That's not true. You're really not. Like, look, don't you know I got kids at home? I have a life. Like, I don't want to spend all day in the doctors. And they weren't even helping me. They were making me sicker. Get off the pharmaceuticals, people. Natural. Food. Herbs. Organic. Just try it. Just try it. That's all I'm saying. Just try it. Behavioral problems, physical problems, mental problems. When I started switching over and I started getting sunlight too, vitamin D, going out for a walk every day, eating organic, my brain fog went away. All of a sudden I could remember again. I mean, I was really getting to the point where I couldn't remember anything. And feeling bugs under your skin is not fun. Nobody believes you. People still don't believe me. You know what? I don't care. I really don't. I'm just trying to help you. All right? So if you like my videos, please like, share, and subscribe. Please. Thank you.